Adichat's Laurent from Vinspector Cluzo on MULATSCHAG, only TV unit.
MULATSCHAG.
We the people of the soil.
You're pretty known as the Rockfarmers. What was first? Playing, making music together, playing rock and roll?
Well, it was always both, I would say, because we coming from a part of France which is really rural and countryside farming. My grandfather, grandmother were farmers, so I used to spend a lot of time at the farm when I was same age. And so after we came to big cities, like all our generation, and then we realized that we have to come back to create richness where we are and not only in the main cities. And I think we were right, because what is happening right now in France is exactly that, but 10 years after. And we travel a lot in the world with Inspector Cluzo, and we saw so many different things about the soil, the pollution and everything, that we say, okay, we have to do something, we want to do something for our generation and especially for this generation. But not only standing like Monsanto, blah, 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 just being on strike, just acting and doing things. So we say, okay, we'll buy a farm, but we always did organic garden because it's part of our way of life where we're living, even if you're not professional, I mean. Mm-hmm. And so after 3 years of practicing with my grandfather, grandmother in a kind of transmission, we decided to go professionally. Mm-hmm. And so now we organic professional farmers. We have a farm called Lucas, and it's 8.6 hectares around the farm.
Well, one could imagine it's pretty tough, running a farm and then going on tour. How difficult is that?
It's more than difficult. It's I would say it's almost impossible if you're not helped. It's an area in France where people used to help each other since a while, because they were not owner of the land; they were renting. So during all the farmers used to help each other because it was so hard, and we keep that. And so we have a lot of help from our neighborhood. Mm-hmm. My wife, it's a family project. We're feeding ourselves with only our food, except on tour, of course, which is a nightmare between you and me, because it's all industrial for us. So, but we never tour in really busy period. For example, in January, we can't tour, we refuse gigs. Mm-hmm. And April, we refuse gigs. We're gonna be on tour with Clutch in US. They have invited us in February, March, and we look at the dates, we say, oh, okay, it's cool, it's 19th of March. Because April we will have forced to be said, no, we can't, because we have to plant the corn and prepare everything. And May, it's okay, in June we could do festivals. And here, for that time, it was really complicated too, because it's Christmas local market. My wife is doing all the local market on Saturday. Mm-hmm. She's replacing us, because Matthew is doing the seller on the market. So it's Christmas, so we're raising geese, but we're doing a lot of products too that people want, for Christmas. So it's a balance of life after. So we on tour, we stay independent, so we're really far away from the show business. Mm-hmm. And being at the farm is a kind of balance, especially. There's a lot of things going on around the band right now. This guy takes us in US, but with agent, blah, blah, blah. We're doing Lollapalooza in Brazil, Lollapalooza in Chile, there is a lot of things. But when we come to the farm, this means nothing, means absolutely nothing. And we do our life, we're gonna grab our potatoes, or carrots and salads and whatever, It's a simple life, and I think it's a really good balance between the head and the hand working.
Don't like to lose.
How big of a role plays music on the farm?
Yes, as soon as we have some inspiration, we take the guitar and we play in front of the farm or wherever it is in the land. We have space, and acoustically. Because we always wrote the song acoustically first, like in the blues, version. And it's the music is always around, always. But I think we are writing songs while we are walking, and when we stop, there's some notes or melodies coming on, and then we grab them, and that's it. But it's really connected.
Yeah. Well, you're not home right now. Do you watch the news, watching the current situation in Paris?
Yeah, we try. We were in the van today, so we try to see what's going on. My wife is, but again, we're living in the countryside, so I mean, there is no yellow jackets. People where we are, I think, have understood that to decrease the dependence about the consumer world, they have to plant and do some gardens, for example. So in long time, all these people are really desperate, and but there is too much violence, and it's really strong violence. But it's mainly in the big cities. So the closest big cities is Bordeaux, but it's like 2 hours and a half, so we stay in touch, but it's really complicated because we are only the filter of the French medias, which are not really true. But we hear our friend, people, and we know exactly what's going on. It's easy to understand.
It does not scare you.
No, because where we're living, again, it's cool. And I mean, this movement should have appeared earlier. There's like 30 years that all French politicians from right wing or left wing, whatever, put the French economy into only a consumerist economy, only. Not building things, not farming, not building boats, or not doing industry. We don't have any more industry in France except selling weapons, doing agriculture, farming industry, not organic. So people just work to go to the supermarket and spend their fee to that, and then a little bit of increasement of taxes of gas or whatever is like a big explosion, because it's too much. It's 30 years like this. So people, there's no meaning in the work anymore. Few people in France know why and what they are working for. I mean, they are not baker or butchers, you know what I mean, or farmers, or there's a big meaning behind that. But they are not like this. So they're working for Total. They're working for a massive company that are multinational. They know now that these companies are not really so cool in the poor countries, though they feel guilty, apart, because they know that their salaries come from an income maybe, but it's not their fault anyway.
Yeah,
and all this is exploding.
MULATSCHAG.
Of course, you've made a couple friends in the rock business, but was there ever somebody that said, hey, can I come by for a couple of weeks and learn from you guys?
Yeah, but these guys, for example, Jean-Paul, the drummer, he would like to come to the farm because he would like we explain how to cook our piperal, which is the specialties of tomatoes we keep for the winter, we sterilize. And Mike Muir from Suicidal Tendencies, so he's in front. He's a big friend.
There you go.
He came several times at the farm. He see how we feed the ducks and whatever. He knows. We have a lot of friends coming, and we propose to the guys this summer, if you come to Europe, when they go in southwest to Spain, to stop and have a lunch at the farm, but easier, so vegetables, whatever, So yes, we have a lot of people who are asking us to learn, because it's the future. It's the future.
One more thing. You already mentioned Gascogne. What will be, let's say, special meals for that region?
There is many because the gastronomy is really strong in Gascony. So the main meal is foie gras because it has been created here 1,000 years ago. Of geese or ducks. It's really Gascony is providing 80% of the worldwide production of foie gras.
No
So
kidding.
you could see how it is important. a good quality one, because it's only ducks or geese are only fed with local corn. You cannot, GMOs are forbidden in France, but you need to be grown in the southwest only. And it's not considered as, and all the fat duck, so the fat ducks with the magret, the duck breast in English, confit de canard. Confit, the way of confit, making confit, has been created by Gascon too, 1,000 years ago. It's the process of cooking the meat in its own fat, like confit de canard, confit de geese, in order to preserve during the winter. But on top of that is really good too. So we could do confit of pork, or confit of ducks, confit of geese, and it's really good. It's really good. And after you have many specialties that I cannot. It's a strong places for the French gastronomy. So, and most of the biggest French chefs, like Ducasse, Ducasse is Gascon, because Ducasse means in Gascon the hawk. And our farm is called Lucas, too. Ducasse, Lucas, and it means the hawk. Yeah. It's a hawk. And Ducasse, all this being is a big Gascon guy. He's born at 50 kilometers from the farm. So we have a lot of cooker. Yeah.
MULATSCHAG.
Adi Schatz et Laurent, inspecteur Cluzo, sur MULATSCHAG, la seule et unique TV.
We the people of the soil.
MULATSCHAG.